Being a woman is hard. You have no boobs? You better grow some. You have boobs? Cover yourself up. You have no ass? Everyone will laugh at you. You have an ass? You better cover yourself up. You don't want to attract too much attention. You're short? You better wear high heels. You're tall? You cannot be taller than men. You're skinny? You better eat something. You're chubby? You better starve yourself, otherwise no one will find you pretty. Breaking news, you might as well do whatever you want because you'll be shamed anyway.
I love it when men get heated when women say, we hate men. Yeah, we hate men. What are you gonna do about it? Hate women? Huh? You've already been doing that since the beginning of time. Find a new hobby.
Guys, something that's really funny about a lot of these modern women TikToks, okay, is the fact that, look, they'll cry no matter what happens, all right? If they don't get enough attention online, they'll cry about it. If they get too much attention online, they'll cry about it. And the thing is, gentlemen, a lot of these women, man, this is a point I make many times on the show, you can't make them happy. Okay, and one of the things that differentiates whether or not the girl finds the attention unpleasant and stuff like that is whether or not she finds the man attractive, right? If you're a dude and you're unattractive and you're out here giving these women attention, oh, you know, you better be very careful because the court systems can come after you. Okay, it's all, a lot of people will say, like, these women, as per the last episode, guys, they'll say, oh, a real man is going to make you feel validated, right? A real dude is always going to be there for you. He's going to show you how much he cares, and he's going to help you with your insecurities, guys. Something that you've got to understand about a lot of these modern women, gentlemen, is the fact that, look, you're not going to be able to help their insecurities, right? They literally go their entire lives, man. And I kid you not, guys, if they don't get the right amount of likes on Instagram, if they don't go their day without getting enough validation, they actually lose their mind, okay? And this is partially why men walking away from dating or, not committing to these women anymore, it drives them so insane, guys, is because they think that they're a 10 out of 10, but when guys don't commit, they lose their damn minds. But what is going on, gentlemen? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, this might be a little bit of a shorter episode because I have to head out very soon. But I want to show you, gentlemen, a very, very hilarious article, a bit more of a light-hearted one than the previous episode. But guys, before we jump into it, if you're new here, you're liking the videos, make sure that you subscribe on your way in. And as always, guys, if you're interested in supporting the channel, make sure you check out the locals link in the description, guys. It's totally free to join for the first month. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, guys, make sure you go and check that link out. But we're going to be jumping straight into this article here, guys. And I want you to contain your laughter as we really get into this, okay? So the title begins by saying, I worked as a professional matchmaker. Here is why you can't find love. And you already know what's coming, guys. If you've been over this internet for, if you've seen any of these episodes before, guys, is a lot of these matchmakers, they're having a difficult time. And the reason why they're having a difficult time is because women's standards are outright ridiculous, okay? And a lot of these girls, man, truth be told, they're heading for that alone time with their cats when they're 50, guys, because, the husbands, they don't want to settle, is how they put it, guys. Like, and this is something that's just really hilarious. So we're just going to jump right in. This article was written on July 2nd by a woman named Joanna Mitchell, and it's a 3-minute read, apparently. So let's jump right into this. I was a huge fan of the Millionaire Matchmaker series. The idea of helping people find love felt like a glamorous and meaningful career to me. So when I had the opportunity to become a matchmaker to professional singles in Sydney, I jumped at the chance. I thought I would be changing people's lives, helping them find the one person that they'd create a loving home and family with. And here, this is in bold for the guys who aren't watching the screen right now. This part is in bold. In reality, I spent my days meeting sales targets while trying to discreetly juggle a 3-to-1 female-to-male client ratio. Okay, so a lot of women, there are a lot of professional women, guys, they can't find love. Now, I wonder why that is. All right, and a bit of a spoiler here, guys, is when women work in professional environments and stuff like that, for girls who become doctors or lawyers, or that they start to earn a lot of money or whatever the case may be, a girl's ego, man, they don't want to date down. Okay, if they're earning 6 figures, they don't want a guy that's 5 figures and 5 foot. Okay, so a lot of them, man, they're sabotaging themselves. But just keep that in mind, a 3-to-1 female to male client ratio. Despite all of this, I could see the people I met genuinely wanted to find someone to love and be loved. And what Patty Stanger recognized in her clients in the Millionaire Matchmaker was also what I witnessed in the Millionaires of Sydney. In the Singles of Sydney, excuse me. The biggest challenge in finding love was themselves. It's time to look in the mirror. A reoccurring theme with my clients was that they believed their failure to find love was an external issue. Repetitive and predictable excuses such as, my work is too busy, I don't have time to date, or there aren't enough good men out there. And this is something, guys, we've heard this sentence so many times, right? We really have, where girls will say, oh, why can't I find a good guy? Or where are all the good guys? And the thing is, the good guys have always been there. Right, the guys who have good morals and who care about the women that they get with, guys. It's like these women pass up those options, and then they're so clueless, man. They're sitting here like, oh, I genuinely want to find love. No, you see, you don't want to find love. You want to find someone who's above you. Okay, you want to find someone who's going to take care of you, look after you, someone who's above you, you know, someone who's physically better looking, who actually goes to the gym, makes more money than you, is taller than you, is more intelligent than you. Those are the things that you're looking for. Okay, so don't give me this whole I'm looking for love crap, guys, because even the women matchmakers are done with this stuff, because it's not true. Right? When you start to square up some of this stuff and you say, hey, you know what? If you're looking for love, why does it matter how much money a man earns? Right? Why does it matter how tall he is? Okay, why does it matter how his hairline looks? Why does it matter, you know, all these certain things? Like, why does it matter if he has kids? Right? You have kids, but all of a sudden it's an issue if he has kids, guys. And these are things that, look, this is where the narrative starts to fall apart. Okay, because the narrative says that love is, you know, love supersedes all. It's all about love, and nothing else matters, guys. You know, women don't care about how you look. They don't care about what you do for a job. And what a lot of guys figure out, really, you know, some later in life, some earlier in life, some of their own accord, some by, you know, channels such as this on YouTube, is that it really doesn't square up to love. Okay, but continuing on with this article, their lack of self-awareness and commitment to themselves was closing them off to finding someone. They all had some version of a broken heart, insecurity, entitlement, or desperateness. Without addressing the above, matches were viewed through a tainted vision of rejection, fear, and preconceived perceptions, no matter how compatible they were. Right? And again, guys, this is something where these four things right here, you will come across these quite a lot in the dating world, right? You will come across girls who they're still caught on their exes, right? They're caught on, you know, how many likes they get on Instagram, how they look on Instagram. They think that they're deserving of the world, even though they have a terrible attitude. Or girls who run to 40, 50, you know, late 30s or whatever the case may be, thinking like, oh, I got to really secure a man. I got to get that ring or else I'm never going to get it. Right, and these four things, gentlemen, these are the words of a matchmaker, right? This isn't me on the YouTube channel going, oh, this person's entitled, you know, this person is still caught on their ex, guys. This is coming out of the mouth of a, you know, someone who professionally pairs people together. All right, and what they notice is that, hey, you know, maybe it's not so much the men. Again, I want to draw your attention back to this statistic here. So this person was dealing with a 3-to-1 female to male client ratio, guys. It's almost as if those girls who go out there and they're boss babes, right, quote unquote, and they chase their career and they do all of this stuff, they wind up really unhappy in dating. They do, guys. They start to really struggle, and they go, oh, you know, where have all the good men gone? Like I'm 40 now. And I've got this fantastic career. I've done all of these things, but where are all the men? I deserve so much. Like, can't you see how much money I have? Can't you see how successful I am? And a lot of guys just really don't care about these things. And that's not. I saw a comment the other day. Maybe we'll pull it up in a future episode, guys. I saw a pretty silly comment, basically saying that, you know, oh, so you as men, you want girls without jobs, you want girls who are broke and, you know, who have no intelligence, and you just want to be able to control these girls. And that's why you want them to have no job. Here's the thing, men don't care if you have a job or not. We're not out here looking for broke girls. We just don't care if you're rich or broke. That's why you'll see lawyers, men, who are with girls from coffee shops. Like, it really doesn't matter to us. Guys, in general, when they're dating, they don't take into account these things. And this is something that Look, girls will try and like, repeatedly pull up this argument, right? Where, oh, you just want a girl who's broke, you want a girl who's unintelligent, you want a girl who's clueless so that you can manipulate and control her. It's like, we just don't care. Like, it doesn't matter if you earn 6 figures, it doesn't matter if you earn 5 figures. Guys just aren't interested in your money. And it has nothing to do with control, it has nothing to do with manipulation. A lot of guys just don't want the headache, gentlemen. Right? And, you know, your career does not make you more attractive. Like, I can't sit here and lie and go, you know what, ladies, it's going to be okay for you, right? It's going to be totally fine. You can chase your career. You can go to 40 years old and you're still going to be able to find a man, because that's not the, you know, that's not the truth. That's not what men care about. If you want to go out there and chase your career, that's totally fine. It's just something that is not too interesting to a lot of men. And again, if you're going to go out there and you're going to become successful in a field, oftentimes what that takes is some level of dominance, right? Some level of drive and you know, aggressiveness to you, some level of dominance again, right? Which that kind of thing, you know, guys just aren't interested in the headache. Right, like guys are not attracted to women who are boss babes who think that they're entitled to the world, gentlemen. It's like, you know, that's something that you can tell girls over and again, and they'll insult you, right? They'll go, oh, you're just an I-cell, right? Or you're teaching toxic masculinity. And it's like, dudes just aren't interested in your career. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You can choose to appreciate that, or you can choose to not. It's totally up to you, but that's just how it is. Now, continuing on to this next part here, guys, before we jump into the Reddit stories of today, and again, this won't be too long of an episode, I don't think. So this part here begins by saying, the never-ending list of non-negotiables. Expectations were high. Our membership fees ranged from 2,000 Australian dollars to 10,000 Australian dollars, yet they could afford it. In truth, their high expectations were due to a non-negotiables list which kept growing year by year. And before we even get into the list, gentlemen, look, if you have a non-negotiables list and you're adding to the list as you're becoming older, you're setting yourself up for failure. Right? Because as you get older, you're actually effectively able to make less demands. Right? If you want that guy who's 6 foot, who's ambitious, who looks fantastic and stuff like that, look, you're going to have a much harder time trying to get that guy when you're 45 and you've got 2 kids. Okay? Or you're 45 and, you know, you're masculine and you're unpleasant to deal with. It's like, you want to continue adding to your list of requirements as you get older is something that really doesn't stack up. It's pretty counterintuitive, but let's have a look at this criteria, okay? The ideal partner criteria was a long list of financially secure, successful, ambitious, mature, easygoing, health conscious, active, good-looking, strong family values, wants marriage, wants children, confident, well-traveled, well-groomed, emotionally strong, good friendships, etc. With extensive criteria to evaluate their matches, clients would lose the opportunity to feel and see any real connection on their dates. And guys, look, we're just gonna drop this, okay? That is because it is not about real connection. It is not about love. It is not about caring. It is not about, you know, finding love or all of this kind of language, guys. It's about, what can the dude do for me? Okay, what do I get out of the relationship, right? I want this, I want this, I want this. And this is the part where girls struggle, where you say, okay, if you want all of these things, what is it that you are providing? And then, you know, oftentimes you hear crickets, or you hear the phrase, I am the table, or, you know, a guy should give me this just because I simply am. And that's just not how it works. Right? That's, you can't just expect something for nothing. And that's what a lot of these girls want, man, is they want absolutely everything, which, by the way, let's just take a moment to appreciate, like, if you want a guy who's 6 figures, who's just absolutely jacked, like, the amount of time investment that it typically takes to achieve something like that, guys, is really ridiculous. I mean, you got to put in your hours at the gym, right? Like, you know, getting your physical fitness on point, guys, to the extent to where, like, you've got a really nice body. It's not an easy thing, man. Like, I know a guy, so I go with my friends oftentimes to the gyms, right? And one of my friends, he's a really short guy. He's like, I think he's 5 foot something, right? And this guy, he weighs, I'm not too sure what this is in pounds, if you guys want to convert it on a calculator, but he weighs 62 kilograms, okay? And the man benches something like 110 kilograms. So if you guys want to run the conversions on that, I'm not too familiar with that in pounds. I'm not from America myself. But this guy is 62 kilograms, benches 110. This guy's body is phenomenal. Like, he really puts in the work at the gym. And the thing about that, guys, is it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that takes some serious hours. That takes some commitment. And girls are out here thinking that, okay, I'm deserving of a guy like that just by default. Just, I haven't gone to the, these girls have never gone to the gym in their life, okay? And, they eat Cheetos and they sit on the couch watching whatever soap opera or whatever the hell they watch on Netflix these days, guys, thinking that they're deserving of men that puts in all this effort. And that's only the physical domain, guys. You know what I mean? Like, that's only the tip of the iceberg of things that they want. And again, when you turn around and you say, okay, well, if I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do that, and I am all of these things, I'm the complete package, what do you bring? And again, you hear the crickets. But guys, we're going to be jumping into one Reddit story here before we wrap up today's show. This, like I said, this is going to be a bit short of a show because I really need to be heading out of the house. But let's jump into this Reddit story, okay? This one here, if I can click the right thing, is my 31-year-old male wife who is 32 and I agreed to an open relationship, but she wants to go back after becoming exclusive again for a little while. Any advice? So basically, these two went into an open relationship as per the wife's insistence, it seems. At least that's my assumption here. I'm not too sure. But now she doesn't want to go back to it. So basically, she saw that he was having fun in the open relationship, and now she doesn't want to go back to it because, guys, over time, her value is declining, his is increasing as a man. So let's jump into this. We've been dating since we were in high school. She was the third girl I ever dated before opening up. Our relationship has always been healthy. We communicate pretty much everything and always respect each other's boundaries. We also have 2 children, a boy and a girl. So long story short, 3 years ago, our bedroom life was very dull for around a year. We tried a lot of different things, but most were short-lived and didn't spice things up. We had long talks for a while until we agreed to open up the relationship. We were both excited. So this seems to be more of a mutual decision, which I'm surprised. Typically, these things don't go that way. So that's my bad for making the assumption there. But let's continue onwards. I had the time of my life. I met so many amazing women, and I became healthy, got in a really good shape. I was average before that, experimented with different people. I never had so much fun in my life, and our relationship became a lot healthier. My wife seemed happier too. She wasn't as excited as I was, even though she was already really healthy. She started working on herself a lot more and got into an even better shape. Around the start of the pandemic, we toned down a bit and stopped hooking up so much, excuse me. And then when we saw that things were getting really bad, we agreed to fully stop until it's safe again for the sake of our children. So we became exclusive again, and it was enjoyable. She learned a lot of new stuff, right? But now that everything is safe again, I talked to her so we could go open again, and she doesn't like the idea anymore, she said. I loved it as much as you do right now for maybe the first 2 months, but then after that, I stopped enjoying it. I wanted to get with a man who loved me and I loved back, not meaningless hookups. I wanted to end it, but it seemed like you really enjoyed it, so I didn't. If you were happy having less bedroom fun with me and more with the 20-year-old hot girls, I wasn't going to stop you. Yeah, so basically, I was having bedroom fun with other guys because I didn't want to stop you having your fun. That's a little interesting rationalization right there. She also said that she felt really good, safe, and loved when we went back and asked me to at least consider staying exclusive for a bit longer, but she wants me to be happy, so she'll follow my lead. I really appreciate her thinking about me first and giving me options. She looks so innocent and genuine. I love her. I'll do anything reasonable that she asks. This was supposed to make us both happy. If it's a one-way thing, I don't know if I want it anymore. I want to be a good father and husband. I don't want her to feel insecure or hurt. Any advice, any outside perspective on what I should do? Now, guys, this isn't a typical brutal story you'd see where basically the guy feels twisted into opening up the relationship, which, is the typical way that these things go. But again, guys, girls, they're happy with the open relationships until they start to realize that maybe the guy is having a little bit more fun, and now she's not so happy about it. But gentlemen, we're going to be calling today's episode there, a bit of a shorter one. Make sure you leave your thoughts and your comments below. It's always interesting to see what you gentlemen have to say, your perspectives on these sorts of things. But without further ado, we're going to be wrapping it up there. So guys, as always, make sure you're taking care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you boys in the next episode. Peace.